Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis shot back at critics and said she was so tired of idiots trying to humiliate her for prosecuting former President Donald Trump in a state case alleging election interference in 2020. "I lived the experience of a black woman who was attacked and over-sexualized," Willis told a church congregation in Marietta, Georgia, on Thursday. "I'm so tired of hearing these idiots call my name as Fanny, in a way to attempt to humiliate me because, like silly schoolboys, the name reminds them of a woman's rear, of her behind." The district attorney's investigation led to an indictment last year of Trump and 18 co-defendants in a sweeping racketeering case accusing the group of conspired to change the 2020 presidential vote count in the state. Trump and his allies, especially co-defendant Rudy Giuliani, have continued to attack Willis while maintaining their innocence. At times, they have called her derogatory names. Giuliani called her a hoe during a right-wing event last week, and both he and Trump have pronounced Willis' name as Fanny during events.
As you come on to the page, kindly hit the like bell and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet. And don't forget to put on the notification bell so you can be notified when I drop the next video. Thank you.
Her name is pronounced Fani. Fani the hoe, Giuliani said at a Christian nationalist conference in Michigan. "I could drop the hoe part if she'd just quit and go away. Fanny, like your ass," Trump remarked during a rally in Ohio earlier this year. Willis has been outspoken about her frustrations as she seeks to prosecute Trump and his company defendants. The case was jeopardized earlier this year after one of the defendant's attorneys accused her of an improper relationship with Nathan Wade, a lawyer she hired to lead the prosecutorial team. Those lawyers said the romance warranted Willis' disqualification, but a judge ruled she could continue in her role as long as Wade stepped aside. He did so in March, saying he was proud of his work but would leave, in the interest of democracy and to see the case move forward. The Georgia Court of Appeals, however, agreed to reconsider that decision and stayed the prosecution against Trump and several other defendants while it hears oral arguments. The hearing is set for October 4th, which all but guarantees the case will not be tried before the November 5th election. On Thursday, Willis told the congregation to not concern itself with insults directed at her as she vowed to hold all accountable if they break the law, with no exceptions. "I promise you, I don't concern myself with them. I am too busy working 15-hour days trying to use every talent God gave me to fulfill my God-given purpose. The stakes have never been higher. As the 2024 presidential race heats up, the very foundations of our democracy are at stake. A vibrant democracy is impossible without well-informed citizens."
Less than 24 hours after filing a motion to dismiss an appeal that could remove her from prosecuting the election interference case against former President Donald Trump and his allies, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis is taking aim at her critics during a speech at a Marietta church. Now, all of this comes as lawyers for former President Donald Trump and his co-defendants prepare to appeal the decision by Fulton County Judge Scott McAfee to allow her office to remain on the election interference case.
And 11 Alive's Karis Belger was inside Turner Chapel AME Church today for her remarks.
So I have a word to America today. Black women are sick and tired of being sick and tired.
While addressing the congregation at Turner Chapel AME Church, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis also took time to address her critics, like former New York Mayor Rudolph Giuliani, one of the co-defendants in the Fulton County election interference case against former President Donald Trump.
I've heard from friends of all religious backgrounds and all races, really disgusted that in God's house, ugliness against women is celebrated and not condemned.
The remarks came less than 24 hours after Willis filed a motion to dismiss the appeal that is seeking to have her removed from the case. If the motion is denied, the Georgia Court of Appeals will hear arguments in October. Willis did not directly address the case, but did say she would continue to work toward what she calls her mission to make sure justice serves every member of the public.
I have caused others so much fear by having the audacity to work towards my oath every day to make sure Lady Justice works hard for, hear me on this, that Lady Justice works hard every day to serve all of her constituents.
Former Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade sat in the back of the audience but did not make any remarks. And like Willis, he did not take questions after the speech. His romantic relationship with Willis led to the initial hearings, which resulted in him stepping down from the case. Now, the proceedings are on hold until the Georgia Court of Appeals makes a final ruling on the appeal filed by Trump and his co-defendants. Karis Belger, 11 Alive News.
Cobb County. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis has taken steps to prevent her removal from the prosecution of Georgia's election interference case. Willis has filed a motion to block the state court of appeals from considering efforts to disqualify her from prosecuting former President Donald Trump and his company defendants. "My focus is always on justice and holding anyone who breaks the law accountable," Willis stated. "I work hard every day to serve all of my constituents without exception and to ensure that those who break the law in our community are held accountable." Thursday morning, Willis spoke at a church conference in Marietta. Although she did not directly address the election meddling case, she touched on themes related to the challenges she faces in her role. Speaking at the Turner Chapel AIM Church, Willis highlighted issues of criminal justice, legal system inequities, race, and the personal attacks she has endured. Willis refrained from discussing the specific appeal filed earlier this week but emphasized her commitment to justice and accountability. She also mentioned that her name is often mispronounced intentionally. "I'm so tired of hearing these idiots call my name as Fani, in a way to attempt to humiliate me," Willis said. Like silly schoolboys, the name reminds them of a woman's rear, of her behind. During Thursday's speech, she told the crowd her focus was her job. "I am too busy working 15-hour days trying to use every talent God gave me to fulfill my God-given purpose," Willis said. At the church meeting, Willis says her goal is to make sure the law serves everyone equally. "Lady Justice works hard every day to serve all of her constituents," she said. After concluding her remarks, Willis left promptly, heading back to Fulton County. Former Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade was in attendance but did not participate in the discussion. During an interview that aired on CNN on Wednesday, Wade was interrupted by a member of his team before he could answer a question from Caitlin Collins about when his relationship began with the Fulton County DA. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and Wade were accused of having an improper relationship by one of Trump's co-defendants, Michael Roman, in early January. Timeline: Fulton County DA Fani Willis, Nathan Wade controversy. Sato blasted the move. In a statement to Fox 5 Atlanta, he called it a last-ditch effort. After more than 2 months of drama and a hearing, Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee issued a ruling that allowed Willis to remain on the case if Wade resigned. Following the ruling, Trump and several of his company defendants filed an appeal with the Georgia Court of Appeals. They are now planning to hear oral arguments on October 4. They are not required to submit their ruling until mid-March 2025. Until then, the case can't move forward against those defendants. Even then, either side will have the right to appeal if they do not agree with the appellate court's decision. After the DA's office filed her motion, Trump's attorney Steve Sato blasted the move.
As you leave the page, don't forget to hit the like bell and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet. Thank you for watching.